Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another weekly check-in. This is the big 40 week. Oh my gosh, 40 weeks I have been doing these check-ins on camera, with the exception of the 2 I missed in June. And here I am. And I was really hoping to have a lot of really good, how do I want to say this, a really good progress to report. I was hoping to tell you I hit 40 pounds today officially, because I've been so close, 39.9. And I really wanted to be at 40 pounds today for my 40 week check-in, and I missed it. So I am very pleased with what I did this week. I'm back on track. I haven't, actually, we'll talk about that in a minute, but I am back on track for the most part. I lost 2 pounds, and that put me at 39.8 pounds. Yes, you heard right. 39.8 pounds. Actually, I think I lost more than 2 pounds. I lost all but 1/10 of what I gained while I was off for 3 weeks. So, I mean, that's not bad. I'm totally pleased with it, but I am a little bummed that I didn't actually hit that 40 on the scale. You know, I just kind of wanted to see that number in my charts, but it's coming. So now I have 12 weeks until I get to my year. And I need to lose 12 more pounds, because I will be devastated if I'm not at least 50 pounds gone by my 1 year. So that's my goal. Now I want to talk about getting back on track. I did attempt it. I did journal most of the week. However, if I told you my life was chaotic right now, that might be an understatement. I have my finger in about 42 little pots, and I'm working on all these different things, and I've got all these things kind of going through my head. I'm trying to figure out if we move, what we're going to do, buy a house, rent an apartment, how are we going to get our animals there? Can I rent if I have 5 animals? Probably not. So I'm going to have to buy a place when I get there. How do you buy a place when you live in another state and halfway across the country? I mean, it's just like mind-boggling. And then I still don't even really know if we're moving. So all of that chaos is going on in my head. And then I have been working really hard since we got home to pretend we are selling our house and get it ready, such as decluttering everything, doing the keep, donate, throw away method, which is just my favorite way to do it. But I am on a major purging binge, and we have a fairly decent sized house, so it's a lot of crap that we've accumulated. Yeah, so the trashmen hate me. This will be the 2nd week in a row that we've had a ton of stuff out at the curb. We do have a Goodwill pretty close to our house. We've been taking loads over to Goodwill. But yeah, so it's been crazy, and it feels like I'm picking grains of sand out of a mountain of sand. And so, yeah, that is kind of where I've been. I know I said I was going to do some weekly or some daily what I ate. I tried to do one earlier this week, but between work, between my other projects, between house hunting and thinking about that stuff, between decluttering and getting the house ready to get on the market, I don't have the time. I am burning the candles at both ends. I wake up early, I go to bed late, and I work the whole time. And something has to give, and so it is my what I ate for now. And they're boring anyway. I mean, let's just be honest. I know it's my accountability to you guys, but they're boring. I eat literally, especially now, I'm eating to sustain life. So I'm eating pretty much the same foods every day. I mean, and I'm okay with that, because I eat literally just because I have to. I don't really have time to stop and eat, but those are kind of the only breaks I have during the day. I do try to step away and eat away from anything I'm working on. But yeah, so being said that life is chaotic, I'm really having a great time with all the chaos. So I'm not complaining about it at all, but it does make for some interesting time management and scheduling issues, and my health and my weight are kind of on the back burner. But I'm also got food way on the back burner, and I think being on Weight Watchers and on this journey all year has put me in a place where I'm healthier so I can handle it. I'm physically healthier so I can handle it. My body doesn't hurt nearly as much as it was a year ago at this time, and I don't know that it would have been as easy to maintain this schedule had I been still at that place. So there's a lot of benefits to having been on this journey and kind of, in a sense, without knowing it, preparing myself for this stage of my life. And there's a lot to be said for that. I have no intentions of giving up. I have all intentions of being successful, but this is just life. Life just happens, and you have to prioritize and figure out, how you're going to make it work for you. And that's kind of in the process I'm in right now. I'm just trying to figure out, what has to get done, what I can put on the back burner, what I can do later. And as a part of that, like, journaling, I did journal this week, but I journaled kind of half-heartedly. But it was kind of easy because I just copied yesterday to today because that's pretty much what it was. But I probably would have hit my 40 pounds, honestly, had I been a little bit more steadfast with it. I have not been weighing and measuring my food, so while I'm journaling, anything that's not already pre-packaged or pre-sized could be costing me more calories. And you know what? Okay, I'm fine. If I continue to maintain an average weight loss of just about a pound a week, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Would I like to lose it faster? Of course. But I'm adjusting to my body and getting used to the way it is right now. It's adjusting to everything that it's going through. And I really do think in my case this time around, slow and steady is going to win the race, and it is going to get me to where I need to be at a level that I can maintain it for the rest of my life. Because once I reach maintenance on this journey, that's what I want my next journey to be, is just living on maintenance and living a healthy life where food and my weight is not an obsession. It's just a part of who I am. So hopefully I'll get there. Now, that all said, I know that's all heavy and junk. Thank you guys for all of your sweet comments and notes from last week's check-in. So appreciated. You guys are the best. And I really love you, and I miss you, and I am so sorry that I do not spend as much time with all of you as I have in the past, and I promise you that it will get back to that. It will. I have all intentions of that happening. So keep the comments coming. I do try to make sure I check them and respond at least a couple times a week. And for some reason, I'm just not getting all my notifications, which would be very helpful if I was. So I'm trying to remember to check it. I really have to figure out my time management. Like I need a daily time calendar that I can kind of block things off. But with my retail work schedule, I work 9 hours one day, 6 hours another day, 4 hours another day, 9, some weeks like this coming week, I have like 4 9-hour days, and it just gets crazy. But anyway, so that said, I just want you to know, I love you. I do. And I want to talk a little bit about purging in reference to some things I'm going to throw away. And I thought I would share them with you before I threw them away, because you've kind of been on the journey with me with them. I bet you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you don't. The Peeps. It's summer. I still have them. They've been on a shelf kind of decorating my studio. And I thought, I probably should just get rid of these. But I was looking at them, and the bubblegum ones, you can see, are still full, and looking like normal Peeps. And they don't expire until October of 2017. Okay? So then I have these cotton candy ones. They expire in November of 2017. So they started out looking exactly like these. But now, this is what they look like. They're sad and pathetic and tiny. They have shrunk. Look at that. So, in hindsight, I'm very, very glad that I did not eat my Peeps. And guess what? They're going in the trash. There they go. Goodbye, Peeps. So, if you guys followed me, you know that I shared that I love candy and I love Peeps. And I bought those Peeps because I really wanted to test out the bubblegum and the cotton candy flavors. And I bought them well in advance of Easter, and I said, I'm going to wait till Easter to eat them as my Easter treat. And Easter came, and Easter went, and I didn't eat them. So I put them aside, and I thought, at some point I might want to eat these Peeps, and I'll just hold on to them as a treat. They match the pink color of the studio. So I thought, I'll just put them on a shelf, have them as a little design thing or whatever. And they'll be there if I ever want them. Well, I have decided I don't need them. I don't want them. I'm not going to eat them. And now that those cotton candy ones have shrunk to be like minuscule, I've decided it's probably not a great idea to eat them. So I am just throwing them in the trash. And it's kind of like a symbol, I've come to realize that even though I did buy candy, a little bit of candy while I was in Florida, and I was on vacation, and I did eat candy for the first time in probably, regularly eat candy for the first time in months. Not regularly. I don't want it to sound like I lived off candy, but I actually had candy 2 or 3 days in a row. I don't really miss it. I still like sweets, and I still get my sweets in the form of frozen cherries and grapes and things like that, but I don't miss the candy. And I don't want to go back to having a craving for the candy. And getting back on track after my vacation, after eating that kind of empty calorie crap, was a little bit harder than I had anticipated. And part of being able to survive that was just getting rid of that kind of stuff in the house. So I did. And, I didn't bring a whole lot back, but I don't want it here, because if it's here, I'll eat it. And if it's not, I won't. So it's kind of like a smoker who gives up cigarettes. If you don't buy cigarettes, you're not going to smoke cigarettes. And, that was kind of how I quit that, 20 some years ago, or 18 years ago. I just stopped buying cigarettes. If I didn't have them, I couldn't smoke them. And I'm doing that for all my trigger foods. I notice that certain things trigger me to not count, not journal, not pay attention to the amount of what I'm eating, just because they're easy or I don't want to be accountable. So my advice today is, if you want to try it, just try not buying it. I don't care if your husband or your kids want it, because if it's not good for you, and I say that as me, not you, but if it's not good for you, it's not good for them. And especially with kids, the one biggest regret that I have with my kids is not eating healthy when they were younger, and teaching them to love the taste of fruits and vegetables versus candy and processed foods. And if I could go back and do one thing over in my parenting, it would be that. It would be to train myself to like those things. And because it's a chain, my mom didn't raise me eating fruits and vegetables, and it took me until my 40s to really appreciate them. So, if you guys have littles, that's my advice. If you don't have it in the house, they won't eat it. Get them to like the taste of the stuff that's good for them, nourishing for them. And let the other stuff be the treats, the rare stuff that they have, that they enjoy and appreciate. Not something you tell them they can't have, because if you tell them they can't have it, they want it. But if you just treat it as a treat like we do for ourselves in this process, maybe that they won't be struggling the way we struggle. So anyway, I've got lots of heavy stuff going on today in my head, and I'm sorry if I'm too heavy in this, but I just wanted to check in. And so as of right now, until further notice, this is what you'll get. Every Friday I will do my check-in video. And next week, though, is a rare week. I have to work all day Friday. Actually, I'm going to be working 6 days in a row. So my check-in might be on Thursday, or it might be late Friday night. So it will show up sometime within that period, but it just won't be the same as it is right now. But I just wanted to give you a heads up, and I'll see you guys again real soon. As always, if you enjoy my video, give me a thumbs up. Let me know you watched. If you're not a subscriber, why not? Follow me. You'll get to follow my fun journey. It's full of all kinds of weird stuff. And you know, little tidbits of things I think of as wisdom. And so hit that subscribe button. If you want notifications when a new video does hit the channel and you're on mobile, hit that bell and tell YouTube to let you know, because that's really the only way to assure that you'll get the notifications. Of course, I also have Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and all that fun stuff, so feel free to follow me on all of those. And I think that's it. I'll see you guys again real soon.